Hey there, my little adventurers! What's the tallest wall you've ever seen? Your bedroom wall? A school building? Well, buckle up, buttercups, because today we're talking about a wall so massive, so ginormous, that it made skyscrapers look like sandcastles. This is Jericho. And let me tell you, this wasn't just any wall. This thing was 40 feet high and 20 feet thick. That's like stacking 8 giraffes on top of each other, then making it as wide as 2 school buses. Now, if you were trying to get past this wall, what would you do? Climb it? Good luck with that. Dig under it? Hope you brought a really big shovel. Or maybe, just maybe, try something nobody would expect? Well, my little adventurers, today you're about to hear the most incredible story from the Bible. Are you ready to find out how God's people brought down the mightiest wall in the ancient world with walking and trumpets? Yeah, I know what you're thinking. That's the weirdest battle plan ever. But trust me, stick around because this story is about to blow your mind. All right, my little adventurers, let's meet our heroes. First up, we have Joshua. Think of him as the ultimate team captain, the guy who never gives up, and definitely the kind of leader you'd want on your side in a game of capture the flag. Joshua and the Israelites had been wandering in the desert for 40 years. They were finally ready to enter the promised land that God had given them. There was just one tiny problem: Jericho. The city was locked up tighter than your piggy bank. The people inside were probably thinking, no way anyone's getting past these walls. They felt safer than a turtle in its shell. But here's the thing about God, my little adventurers. He loves showing off in the most unexpected ways. And he was about to give Joshua a battle plan that would make everyone's jaws drop. So there's Joshua, probably thinking he needs catapults, ladders, maybe a really big battering ram. When suddenly, someone appears with a plan so bonkers, so bizarre, that Joshua probably thought he was hearing things. Ready for this? March around the city, once a day for 6 days. That's it, just walk. Like you're taking your dog for a really long walk around the neighborhood. Oh, but wait, it gets better. 7 priests with 7 trumpets made from ram's horns would lead the way, making noise the entire time. Imagine your school band practicing, but louder and walking. For hours. And here's the kicker, everyone else had to stay completely silent. No talking, no whispering, not even a sneeze. It was like the world's longest game of the quiet game, except with really loud trumpet music. I bet the people of Jericho were watching from their walls like, what exactly are they doing down there? Talk about psychological warfare. So off they went. Day 1. March, trumpet, silence, march. The people of Jericho were probably like, okay, that was weird, but whatever. Day 2. March, trumpet, silence, march. Now the Jericho folks might be thinking, are they going to do this again? Day 3, 4, 5, 6, same thing. By now, my little adventurers, the people inside those walls were probably getting pretty nervous. It's like when someone keeps knocking on your door but never says anything. Super creepy, right? But here's what's amazing. Joshua and his people trusted God's plan even though it made absolutely no sense. They didn't need to understand it. They just needed to obey it. Sometimes the best adventures start with trusting someone who knows way more than we do. Then came day 7. And let me tell you, my little adventurers, this was not going to be like the other days. God had saved the best for last. This time, they didn't march around just once. They marched around the city 7 times. That's like running around your school playground 7 times in a row, except way more intense because the fate of a city was hanging in the balance. On the 7th lap, Joshua finally gave the command everyone had been waiting for. Shout! For the Lord has given you the city. After 6.5 days of silence, they let loose with the loudest, most earth-shaking battle cry you've ever heard. It was like every birthday party, every soccer game, every snow day announcement all rolled into one massive yell. And then, my little adventurers, something absolutely incredible happened. Those massive, mighty, totally impossible to break walls started to shake and rumble. And then, boom! Those walls came down like a house of cards in a hurricane. The Israelites didn't need fancy weapons or complicated strategies. They just needed to trust God and follow His plan, no matter how weird it seemed, and God showed His mighty power in the most spectacular way possible. So, my little adventurers, what can we learn from this absolutely amazing story? Well, buckle up, because this lesson is huge. First, sometimes God's plans don't make sense to us, and that's totally okay. Joshua probably thought marching around a city was the weirdest battle strategy ever, but he trusted God anyway. When your parents ask you to do something that seems silly, or when you're learning something new that feels impossible, remember Joshua. Sometimes the best thing to do is trust and obey. Second, God is way more powerful than any problem you'll ever face. Those walls seemed impossible to knock down, but nothing is impossible for God. Whether you're dealing with a bully at school, struggling with homework, or facing something that scares you, God is bigger than any wall in your life. And third, patience and persistence pay off. The Israelites had to march for 7 whole days before they saw results. Sometimes we want things to happen right now, but God's timing is always perfect. Keep doing the right thing, even when you don't see results immediately. So here's your challenge, my little adventurers. This week, when something seems too hard or doesn't make sense, remember the walls of Jericho. Ask yourself, how can I trust God with this situation? Maybe it's being kind to someone who wasn't kind to you, or trying again at something you failed at before. Remember, God has a plan, and His plans are always good, even when they seem as crazy as marching around a wall with trumpets. Before we go, my little adventurers, here's a beautiful promise from God that Joshua held on to, and you can too. It's from Joshua chapter 1 verse 9. Have I not commanded you? Be strong and courageous. Do not be afraid. Do not be discouraged. For the Lord your God will be with you wherever you go. Isn't that amazing? God promises to be with you wherever you go. In your classroom, on the playground, at home, even when you're facing your own impossible walls. God is right there with you. So the next time life feels overwhelming, or when people say something is impossible, remember the story of Jericho. Remember that our God is the same God who brought down those mighty walls with trumpets and shouting and faithful obedience. Thanks for joining me on this incredible adventure today, my little adventurers. Don't forget to like this video if you love the story, subscribe for more amazing Bible adventures, and tell me in the comments, what's your impossible wall that you're trusting God to help you with? Until next time, keep being strong, keep being courageous, and keep remembering that with God, nothing is impossible. See you soon.